Kim Jong-un, leader of North Korea, has gone out of the public eye. After Kim missed several important appearances, people began to speculate, where is Kim?
That's a good question, Victoria. Where is Kim?
People speculated whether he died of dramatic weight gain or if there's a shift in power in North Korea.
But we're here to decipher through all the evidence and educate everyone on the whereabouts of the North Korean leader.
So the reason you hopefully found yourself laughing was because it's a violation of your expectations. You don't expect to see two girls at a Christian school go on stage to give a talk about the whereabouts of the leader of a communist country who once claimed his father had never made a bowel movement. It's incongruent.
Originated by James Beattie, the incongruity theory states that humor is derived from two or more odd, inappropriate, inconsistent, or unsuitable part or circumstances that are juxtaposed with resulting surprise or unexpectedness.
Or more simply, as Immanuel Kant states, it's the theory that describes why we find ourselves laughing at stories that take an unexpected direction.
An experiment conducted by Professor Souls, as cited in Mr. Palmer's book, the theory of incongruity was tested by telling children the following different variations of the same joke.
So in the first joke, it says, "Doctor, come at once. Our baby swallowed a fountain pen." He says, "I'll be right over. What are you doing in the meantime?" And they say, "Using a pencil." The second one says, "Doctor, come at once. Our baby swallowed a rubber band. I'll come at once. What are you doing in the meantime?" Using a pencil. The third one says, "Doctor, come at once. Our baby swallowed a fountain pen. I'll be right over. What are you doing in the meantime? We don't know what to do."
Most children found the first joke funny because the fountain pen and the pencil are both related yet still incongruent, thus providing a somewhat plausible resolution to the problem at hand. In the second joke, although incongruent, there is no relationship between the pencil and the rubber band, so it is very unsuitable. And in the third joke, only provides a resolution with no incongruity, and thus was not funny to the children at all. When I was little, I'd like to pretend I was a dog and close my eyes and hang my head out the sunroof. One day, my mom took me for a little joyride in the minivan, but since I was so in the zone of pretending I was a dog, I didn't realize we were heading into the garage. I was knocked out colder than Kim Jong-un's attitude toward America. At that moment, my mom wasn't laughing too hard. But as the years went by, the story became a lot funnier, due to the incongruity between my enjoyable day, pretending I was an animal, and my unfortunate concussion.
The incongruity theory is often used in advertising too. For example, by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A gives their cows human characteristics that contradicts their cow-like figure, like having a Facebook page. And this is a picture of the cow's Facebook page that you can go online and see. And these are more pictures from the Facebook page, like here, a cow is looking into an ornament. There's trying to type with pencils, and it's just funny, like they spell it wrong and it's cute, and that's their strategy in advertising.
The cartoon Cyanide and Happiness is known for mastering the art of the incongruity theory. It's not often you witness a father pushing his child on the ground as you see in this comic, which you can't see right now, but it says, "Hey dad, push me," and he assumingly is supposed to be on the swing, but he pushes the child on the ground. Only Kim would do something so vulgar.
Not only is this an example of incongruity, however, it is also an example of a benign violation, a subset of the incongruity theory.
This theory explains why we laugh at our friend when they run into a pole, and why we laugh at America's Funniest Home Videos, and why we don't laugh when we see a car accident on the side of the road.
For a benign violation to occur, there first has to be a situation where there is a violation of some kind.
For example, me smacking my head against the top of the garage.
Second, it has to be benign, so relatively harmless or not offensive to the target crowd.
Since I was only concussed for a few seconds and didn't have permanent brain damage, despite what my parents may say, the joke is relatively benign.
And lastly, both perceptions must be occurring simultaneously. And this is a Venn diagram to show how the two situations must be occurring simultaneously for it to be considered a benign violation.
The benign violation theory threatens one's beliefs about how the world should be by grazing the line of offensiveness.
Hey Sophie, what did Kim Jong-un say to his girlfriend when he found out she was cheating on him?
I don't know. What did he say, Victoria?
I thought she was the Kim Jong-un, but now I just feel Kim Jong-dun.
If you laughed at that pun, you fell victim to the superiority theory.
The great philosophers Plato and Aristotle also seem to find humor in our feelings of superiority. But Thomas Hobbes developed what is the modern definition of this theory. Basically, this states that we find humor in having the sense that we are above others.
This explains why you hopefully found yourself laughing at the pun about Kim Jong-un, because you understand the double meaning between one and done and how it rhymes with his name. Or for that matter, why would you laugh at any joke about Kim Jong-un? Because even Jameis Winston has a better track record than our boy Kim.
Or why you're laughing at this picture of me running. Since you all are sitting in the audience, unfazed by the terrible state of existence that is running,
and looking unsweaty and decent in the Sunshine School shorts that are probably rolled up one too many times,
you find yourself superior to myself in this picture.
Another example of this theory in action are fat jokes. It's not right that we laugh when shown a picture of a fat European tourist tanning at an American beach. Yet we still find ourselves cracking up because we'll never be that tourist, and hopefully we'll never be caught wearing that tight of a Speedo.
Also, another example would be the UF-FSU rivalry in college football. Oftentimes, rival schools' fans will bash each other's teams. When Jameis Winston stole crab legs from Publix, UF fans and other college football fans immediately made memes making fun of the incident and the FSU football team. At this point in time, they felt superior to FSU and thought it was a funny joke.
On a more serious note, a great example of the superiority theory in action is in the 1920s, when it was used to poke fun of African Americans on stage, as white people painted their faces black and exaggerated African American features.
Today, this is not funny to us at all, because we understand that this is widely inappropriate and offensive. However, in the 1920s, Americans laughed at this type of theater because they felt superior to the opposite race.
However, as blackface has shown us, there are many faults in this theory, considering not everything we feel superior to is funny. For example, people in poverty.
The last theory of humor is the relief theory. Relief theory was developed by Herbert Spencer and Sigmund Freud and states that laughter is derived from suppressed subconscious thoughts and sexual tensions. A lot of crude jokes would fall into this category.
And despite how much we really want to tell these jokes,
administration would probably not approve.
So instead, we are going to show you this slightly sacrilegious video of a praying mantis.
Dear Jesus, thank you for making me bug, but like the coolest bug. It's really cool being praying mantis.
If you laughed at that vine and hopefully did not find it too offensive for your taste, it's probably because you found some sort of comic relief. Since religion is usually talked about in such a sensitive context, we almost feel liberated from social constraints when we crack a joke that's testing the limits of society's social norms.
The relief theory also explains nervous laughter. Oftentimes we find ourselves laughing at remarks that are politically incorrect or inappropriate, and despite the fact that we shouldn't be laughing.
So you may ask, why is it important to understand humor?
Not only is humor a great outlet for stress, but also knowing how to crack a joke or two can break the ice in a room full of strangers.
For example, using Kim Jong-un as an opener.
And can also be useful in not only creating, but maintaining relationships.
Humor, as Psychology Today puts it, is used as a social signal. It binds people together because humor is only prevalent in the presence of others. Laughing brings people together.
According to PBS, laughter, and thus humor, is also a great stress reliever, from boosting flow of endorphins and dopamines, and thus elevating our overall mood to increasing creativity and problem-solving abilities. Humor can be an extremely important aid to many bodily functions.
Humor can also play a big role in the workplace. Many companies such as Ben & Jerry's, Kodak, Google, and Pixar use humor in organizational structure and leadership, which helps foster creativity. When people are humorous, there's less likely to be criticism, and it helps encourage more free thinking. This is very beneficial for new and innovative ideas. People also tend to thrive in a more positive environment, and humor helps create this.
Whether we realize it or not, humor plays a very important role in almost every aspect of our life, whether it be our relationships, our health, or our career.
So this is why we think humor is an idea worth sharing, because how could you not feel better after watching this?
Get this one, Micah.